Hi everyone, it is Kate here for my November TBR, and I have several buddy reads in here and then several books to finish up and several that I'm hoping to get to. As always, I have an ambitious TBR. I like to keep my options open. You know the drill if you've been watching my channel. And the first that I'm doing as a buddy read is The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton. This won the Man Booker Prize 2 years ago, and I'm doing this as a buddy read with Stephanie from That's What She Read and Jane, who is a viewer. And so we're chatting on Voxer about it, and I was not sure how I was going to feel about this book, but I am about 60 pages in, a little under 60 pages, and I am absolutely enjoying this. I couldn't believe it because I had heard from some people that it takes a while to get into, but then I also saw on a review that if you like the writing style and the language, then you're going to like the book. And so I'm really thankful that I had just read Dombey and Son by Charles Dickens, because this put me on such a good note for a lengthy book like this, and it feels so Victorian. It feels just like a Dickens novel, and it's set in New Zealand during the gold rush, which is a time that I have no idea about and I know nothing about. So I'm looking forward to learning more about that. But yes, I'm starting off on a good note with the Luminaries, and we're reading this over the whole month, so it shouldn't be too hard. And I'm also doing some of the audiobook, and yeah, looking forward to this. The next one that is another buddy read is Cold Mountain. This is by Charles Fraser, and it was really popular several years ago, and I had wanted to read it. I've owned this for like 5 years, and then Katie from Books and Things said that Katie from Life Between Words said that she was wanting to reread this, and so she was gracious enough to let me join her, and this writing is amazing. It's amazing. To me, it's the same caliber as Ian McEwan and Atonement. So I'm very excited. It's definitely a quiet book though, so I'm definitely having to take my time. I'm really wanting to savor it, so I might take longer than a week to read it because it's so excellent and I just don't want to miss a thing. And it takes place during the Civil War and mostly in the South, I'm pretty sure. So a really tumultuous time, and I think it is also a love story, and yeah, just really looking forward to continuing on. And then the 3 books, just kidding, the 4 books that I just needed to finish up is September by Rosamund Pilcher, and Victober just definitely I didn't have time to finish it up. And I really, really am enjoying this. I think it's going to be my favorite Rosamund Pilcher, so I definitely want to continue with more of that. And then I want to finish Quartet in Autumn by Barbara Pym. And then I want to finish the last in the Elliott family trilogy, The Heart of the Family by Elizabeth Gouge. Want to continue on with that. And then I also want to finish Anne's House of Dreams by Ellen Montgomery. So those are ones that I don't have much left in them and I would like to finish them. Another buddy read is The Distant Hours by Kate Morton. I enjoyed a lot in January The Forgotten Garden. I didn't absolutely love it, but this one seems maybe more my speed. It's an old castle in Scotland, and I think November is a great month for that. And I'm really excited to buddy read another book with Amanda Center. She's so fun to buddy read with and has such interesting insights, and this will be a cool change of pace after reading Dickens with her. And I will let you all know what I think of The Distant Hours. It just seems very romantic and has a lot of things that I would like. The next one is The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield, and this is one that so many people have said that I would like, and during my failed BookTuber Recommends project, Brittany from Under the Radar Books actually picked this out for me, and so this is one that I wanted to still try to make time to read. So I have this from the library, and I'm really thoroughly enjoying this. I think I'm on the like 4th disc or the 5th disc out of 13, so I'm getting close to halfway, and it's so enjoyable. It was definitely slow going at first, but it's nice with the audiobook. You just keep it on, and I knew I wanted to give it a good shot before turning it down, so I'm really enjoying it now, so I'm glad I kept going with it. The next one was one that I picked up a few weeks ago. I found in a used bookstore, and it's called Crossing to Safety by Wallace Stegner. And I was looking around on BookTube, and it looks like Whitney from All the Shelves talked about this book and loved it and wanted to read more Wallace Stegner. He is a iconic American author I just hadn't heard of, and so I couldn't believe I hadn't heard about him, and I found there's a whole documentary about him on YouTube, and Jacob Tanner had also hauled this, but those were the only two people on BookTube who I had seen talk about his work. And it talks about the lives, loves, and aspirations of two couples who move between Vermont and Wisconsin. And I think it's going to be a very quiet novel, but totally my speed, with like beautiful, introspective, contemplative type writing. That's the impression that I'm getting. And it just seems like it's going to be very beautiful. So if I have time for this, I will be trying to get to that. Then a nice light cozy that I'm really looking forward to is A Most Novel Revenge. This is the third in the Amory Ames series. It's written by Ashley Weaver, and just Olive is my hero because she recommended this series to me, and it's just become quickly one of my favorite cozy series. And it's about Amory and her husband Milo, and their relationship is a big part of it. But in this one, they go to a house party, and there is a famous author who is there, or she's not an author full-time. Anyhow, she wrote a really controversial book, and she's wanting to write another book. And that is where I am at this point. I'm only like 30 pages in, but I'm really excited to jump back into another Amory Ames book. And then one that I had on the on my shelf tag, but I had not yet gotten to because I said I wanted to save it for the cooler months. So if somehow I'm a wizard and can get through all of those, I will be trying Possession by A.S. Byatt. This traces two different timelines. One is two Victorian authors, and the other are the historians researching these Victorian authors' lives and their romance. So it seems like something I would like, and I've heard the writing compared to Ian McEwan's in Atonement, so it seems like something I definitely should check out. Then another book I picked up at the library used bookstore a few weeks ago is Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. I have decided that I need some Virginia Woolf in my life. I've been in denial for so long, but I finally decided that no, I wanna try her. So I want a babysitting day for this. So the next time my mom babysits, I just want to sit for several hours and go and read this, because I was looking and there are absolutely 0 chapters. It's all one thing. And I know Virginia Woolf's writing is very distinctive and unique, and she was definitely a trailblazer for literature. So I want to give it the time that it deserves. And then the last two are 2 buddy reads with Kate from the novel Nomad. That should come as no surprise because we basically do mystery buddy reads every month. And one cozy and one hard boiled. The first is the cozy, and that is Reese Bowen's Her Royal Spyness series. And this is just called Her Royal Spyness. And I think it's set in the 1930s England, and there is Lady Victoria Georgiana Charlotte Eugenie, and she ends up solving crimes. So I hope this is another cozy series that I could come to love, and I'm just really looking forward to reading one with Kate. And then the more hard-boiled is Death at La Fenice, and this is a Commissario Guido Brunetti mystery. My dad is a big fan of Donna Leone, the author, and this is the first in the Brunetti series. So I'm hoping that I will like it. She's supposed to be a really excellent author, and hers is set in Venice, which I haven't really read. I've only read one other mystery set in Venice, so I definitely like to give this a try, and I will let you all know what I think. And another thing about this that makes it unique from other mysteries is that it's set at an opera house. So very cool. Those are all the books I'm excited about in the month of November. We'll see how many I actually get through, but please let me know what books you are most excited to read this month, and I will see you guys for another video soon. Bye-bye.